Greetings one and all, I'm Lee and you're watching Live in the Basement. For this episode we are looking forward to a basement first. For today we become a touch more international. To thank for this newfound cosmopolitanism, we have a singer-songwriter who has flown over from New Zealand. So, from the comfort of your sofas, please give a warm welcome to the fantastic Floyd Marsden. I'll be talking with her about her career and maybe even getting a little insight into the New Zealand music scene in a bit. But for now, let's go live.
With a spring in your step, you'd cruise through the decade. All those blank expressions would ride you to a serenade. With a roll queued up behind your eyes, a quip or two primed to fire with a smile. Looks like you traded all the charisma for early nights, and now those amp-blasting weekends are impolite. You still wanna try, wander down to the disco though, see if you can bring up those moves from years ago. Miss Trouble, it's been nice. You know it's been a little while since the last time you tried. All those little jokes you had on the tip of your tongue, those sharp remarks you'd use to impress and stun, have they all retired in favor of a side eye? You'll spend no time dragging out a goodbye, 'cause when a run becomes a walk down a boulevard, it's hard to know where you're supposed to start. If you want to retreat back into that golden time, the mirror will take one look and tell you otherwise. Miss Trouble, it's been nice. You know it's been a little while since the last time you tried. Pleasantries on the shoreline, smell the sea and ask yourself why. Ooh. You're getting older and that vodka, it doesn't go down as easily. Don't wait for your knees to start to creep before you try again, Miss Chummer. You know, it's been a little while. And now, just like magic, here I am. This one's called Hello Again. The end of the support act, 5-minute call. Last touch of eyeliner, photos on the wall. Good luck text, and it's time to walk on. The opening bars and the sing-along, homing in on just one perfect face, and suddenly you're in the perfect place. 100 in the audience, only one I'm singing to. Eyes locked on to perfect you. Hello again. A jazz lounge ballad to kick off an encore, but there's only one in the crowd that you're looking for. The audience stands with the mirror ball, but even with that glitter shimmer, you ignore it all. Places they've never been seem awful empty without her, and now they're back, it's a welcome hello again. 100 in the audience, only one I'm singing to. Eyes locked on to perfect you. Hello again. The Golden Club.
empty club on a busy night, the fading symphony under the sopping light, and a bag of old crisps lying in the sand, waiting for the reach of a hand. And no one's laughing anymore, not since you slammed that damn door and walked right out of a dream into the harsh reality. And the photos on my phone are still there, although for a while I said I didn't care. All those parties and wine nights and pubs aren't worth as much when you get the Golden Club. I suppose it's a sign of the times that no one reads between the lines. All I could ever see was your smile. Blind love never cares for the style, and we had our first date over there, just next to those wide-eyed stares from those cynical pricks who doubted the love and peered down far up above. The photos on my phone are still there, although for a while I said I didn't care. All those parties and wine nights and pubs, they aren't worth as much when you get the Golden Club. How many times could we deflect those lead arrows in retrospect? We had no idea what we did wrong, but isn't this a fitting epilogue? Hey! And now I'm back over here again. How exciting. This one is called Heart and the Wings, I'm pretty sure. Hey, go for it. Got you in high definition. is it you or those million other things that prove this isn't who you really are? You say heading back into the bar for the same sour shot that you always have, right before swearing to be a better man, and your alibi becomes your favorite part, cooking up a story of your sacred heart. And you're not sorry that it happened, you're just sorry that you were caught. But by now your heart is blackened and your wings have been torn. What good came of your sneaking around as the heart and the wings make an unsettling sound as you approach another blissful victim, and before you know it, you've gone and tricked him as the heart and the wings swoop down again. You'll deny it and deny it until the end. And you're not sorry that it happened, you're just sorry that you were caught. But by now your heart is blackened and your wings have been touched.
Floyd Marsden, welcome to the basement, and thank you so much for carting yourself half the way across the world to come and join us.
It's alright, it was really no trouble.
Oh, well, that's good to know. We've been really enjoying playing your music as well, so thank you for inviting us to act as backing group for your visit.
Guitarist, very good work on the guitaring, nice noodling and such.
We'll noodle when instructed.
Yes, yeah.
Cool. So tell us a bit about the music we've just been playing. Obviously, we've got a few things off your debut album, some other stuff that you're going to play for us later. So tell us a bit about your musical life.
Well, the songs that we just did there, the first one was Miss Charmer, which is the first single I released off my second but first proper album called The Disco Lizards. It's very close to my heart, that song. It's nice, it's cool, I like it. It doesn't mean much, like lyrically, but I think it's nice and it means a lot to me sentimentality wise.
Yeah.
Then after that you got Hello Again, which is also from the Disco Lizards, and that's all very, sort of jazzy. It's
some fun time signatory bits at the end for us to get our teeth into.
I thought I'd just spice it up for you. And then you got the Golden Club, which is from my debut album. It is a nice little song, I think. I mean, that album hasn't really aged well in terms of production or like quality in general, but that song is a nice little sort of treat, if you will. And then Heart and the Wings, which was my brother's favourite is my brother, he's not dead, is my brother's favourite off the album, so off the Disco Lizards, so I thought I'd
so you put that one in as a tribute to your brother.
Yeah, because I'm nice.
Yeah, it sounds very generous.
I know. I'm just saint.
And so what's a Disco Lizard?
I don't know. It's like I mean, there's a song called The Disco Lizards which we didn't play there because I forgot. But it's got, you know, it's sort of, I guess, well, the concept was sort of a mirror ball with a lizard wrapped around it, and I went, oh, that's cool.
Okay.
And then I just kind of wrote a song about that. I suppose it's maybe an acquiescence to the vagaries of fate.
Okay.
If you will.
And what else sort of inspires you to put pen to paper lyrically or musically?
I think it's my songs are drawn from personal experience, I suppose. I mean, it's kind of what I like to do is, instead of like journaling or therapy, I just write it down in a song and then just disguise it with about 1 million metaphors so no one can really tell what it's about. Which I maybe should just do journaling or something. But no, it's alright. That's kind of how I do things. It's sort of just based on life experiences that I've had.
More secretive sort of confessional songwriting, rather than
I suppose. I mean,
out there.
Yeah, the Disco is the song is quite confessional, but you wouldn't know it because it's about a fucking lizard.
It's about a lizard and a mirror ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Figure that one out.
I know.
Well, I think sometimes that makes sense, doesn't it? You're right. I mean, I agree. When you're writing music, very often it's got a sort of therapeutic element for yourself. That doesn't necessarily mean that you necessarily want to air all of your proverbial dirty laundry in public.
Well, I suppose, yeah. I mean, there's songs which are, from my sort of perspective, having written them, quite dark, but are sort of, you know, like masked in these metaphors and such to make it a little bit less sad.
And are you a music first person or a words first person, or is it just a band?
Probably lyrics first, I reckon. Oh, I don't know. I mean, for my solo stuff, yeah, I'd say lyrics first. Because, like I say, it's kind of that confessional stuff. So if I'm feeling a feeling, and the feeling is felt and described. And then for my band, which I have called New Teeth, that's very much kind of music first, because it's much more about the instrumentation than it is about the lyrics.
Right, I was going to say, because you play a whole bunch of instruments yourself, does the instrument you happen to be playing at the time influence your songwriting, the sort of output that comes from it, do you find?
I suppose it does, yeah. I mean, I wrote like a majority of my first album on guitar, which is why it sort of is more of a rock album, kind of. And then the Disco Lizards was written mostly on either acoustic guitar or piano, so it's got more of a sort of softer element to it. I would say so, yeah. So
with the obviously you've just mentioned your band. You played some of your solo stuff with the band. Is it the same band as New Teeth?
No. So that was with my solo stuff. When I do it live, I generally do it with like a session band.
Right. Okay.
And then New Teeth are just people that, like, a completely different set of people that have come in, and we've kind of grouped together to do this sort of jazz rock kind of thing, which is fun and cool.
And how does your writing fit in with the jazz rock idiom, or do you naturally kind of go that way anyway?
I just sort of write things. My approach with New Teeth has just been to sort of write just whatever, and just see if like the rest of the band pick up on any of the stuff that I've written. Like, I don't know, they kind of, there's occasional things which have told me to take out of the lyrics. Like I wrote a song called Elon's Musk, and they didn't like that very much. I still, you know, maintain that is fucking brilliant. But,
is that kind of like be on the next solo album?
But you know, it wasn't meant to be, so I cut that one out. And then there's a lyric in the song that I'm going to play soon, which is that horse you ride has legs for days. And I wrote that as meaning like, oh, you're on your high horse. And then the members of the band pointed out to me that it kind of sounds like I'm trying to fuck a horse. But I'm not.
No. Or if you are, you're not doing a terribly good job of it, it would seem.
What?
Horse fucker failure.
Yeah! High five to that, man.
So yeah, what about gigging? You're gigging with New Teeth. How is how's the gigging scene around where you are in New Zealand?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's. I mean, there's not. I mean, we kind of only really do it in Wellington, which is where I live, and there's not like a huge amount of music venues. There's slowly becoming more, but like for kind of like there's sort of the main kind of 4 or 5 venues in Wellington that people just kind of circulate around, because the rest are like really big international bands and stuff that when you're a local musician you probably can't pull in 80,000 people to come see, you know. So yeah, it's just kind of the 4 or 5 nice venues that you just kind of circulate around.
Is there
you
much
just
in
have
the
to
way?
try not to play them one after the other too quickly.
Too quickly, yeah. Don't bore your audience too soon.
Yeah.
Is there much in the way of like music press in New Zealand? Does that have a significant
Yeah,
role?
yeah. I mean, it's the attitude towards music is definitely very like cool. I mean, there's lots of radio stations dedicated towards like local music. And
Right,
stuff.
okay.
Like Radioactive.fm is one that's very keen to like interview local musicians.
Oh,
and
great.
Showcase gigs, and then there's a lot of like sort of willingness and support in sort of. I mean, I'm not really sure about the entirety of New Zealand, but sort of Wellington specifically, media is very happy and willing and capable to showcase those sort of smaller artists, which is cool.
Cool. And are you looking to play abroad more?
Yeah, one day, yeah. That's the plan.
I suppose the money is the biggest part of it.
Yes.
Trying to cart a band around on tour
course,
is
yes.
a lot more expensive than just sort of carting yourself on a guitar.
And New Teeth is sort of a relatively new band as well, so like we don't know if we're about ready to sort of
Go for
fork
that,
out a few
throw
grand
that
to
money
go.
at it, yeah. And what about, so you've got a recording project in the future for New Teeth?
Yeah, we've been recording an EP, which is 5 tracks, I think, 2 of which I'm going to play in a minute. Spoilers! But yeah, that's the answer to your question.
Cool. Oh, that's good. So we'll hear a couple more jazzy rock tunes as we go along. And Emily was your last single, wasn't it? And that's presumably somewhat different from the jazzy rock stuff, because that's got quite a...
It is. Although that is quite different from the other stuff I've written as well. I mean, it's sort of just like... I guess it's more like piano pop kind of stuff than the other sort of like rocky sort of funk kind of stuff that I do. But yeah, it's alright, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good.
Great song.
Cheers.
We didn't get to play that one, though. I suppose we can't play everything, shouldn't
Well,
necessarily.
that one, I didn't want to give that one to you because at the time when you asked me for chord charts, I hadn't recorded that one yet.
Oh, okay.
So
I see. So it might have been a little preemptive. Just like, here's the recording, get on with it.
It would have felt like a bit of a knobhead if I sent you a song that doesn't yet exist.
Cool. Well, I guess we'll get to hear that in a few minutes, which we're very much looking forward to.
Me too.
It's been great to speak to you anyway, Floyd, and thank you so much for coming and joining us in the basement today.
That's all right.
But of course, we're here for the music, so how about we kick off into your second set?
I reckon let's do that. Indeed, yes. Thank you.
Now I'm sitting here with an empty head and a guitar pick in my hand. I've been trying to capture beauty, Emily, but it won't say nothing to me, Emily. Those happy days now seem so far away, and what we used to write about just doesn't feel the same. And although I love you
I've been writing you some songs, Emily. Been trying not to get it wrong, Emily. But sometimes things just don't go as planned. Now I'm sitting here with an empty head and a guitar pick in my hand. I've been trying to capture beauty, Emily, but it won't say nothing to me, Emily. Those happy days now seem so far away, and what we used to write about just doesn't feel the same. And although I love you, Emily, I must admit I've been thinking about leaving, Emily. I've been trying not to think of them really, but it's coming far too painful for me. There's not a hint of that early summer rose. Perhaps we could take a break, then in a year or so, who knows? And I'm trying my best to be seen, but you should know that I have a heavy heart, and I thought I knew the rest of the beat. Maybe we should spend some time apart. And you know I love you, Emily, but I confess I just can't stay here, Emily. I stopped writing all those songs, Emily. I thought I'd just get it wrong, Emily. And I'm not even going to resolve it. Mad. This one's called What Does It Mean? Did you really think I was the type to fall in love with just anyone? Did I somehow come across as the kind to take it all and just run? You should know nothing matters. So now everything that happens means nothing, so we should stay for a while. And now you're sitting in the stalls, enjoying the show. But will it ever feel the same as when you're up there alone and you catch yourself standing in the mezzanine, thinking to yourself, what does it mean? Did I somehow come across as the chaotic girl? Thought she'd never be able to settle down. I always wanted to find my place in the world. You come to realize it's not the glamour that you once dreamed about. The tortured artist seemed like a fading dream, but I think I've grown up now. The quiet life is enough for me. I'm just fine when it's a little less loud. And now you're sitting in the stalls, enjoying the show. And will it ever feel the same as when you're up there alone and you catch yourself standing in the mezzanine, thinking to yourself, what does it mean? What does it mean? The sun sets over the hills as I walk down the beach. Looking back, the comfort was always just out of reach. But this might be it. And now I'm sitting in the stalls, enjoying the show. But will it ever feel the same as when you're up there alone and you catch yourself standing in the mezzanine, thinking to yourself, what does it mean? What does it mean? This one is the passenger side. Yes. We've just got 20 minutes until we need to leave, so we cuddle up together. I'm actually going to start that again because I fucked it up. It won't mean much to you, but it'll mean a lot to me because I did it wrong, so I'm going to start again. We've just got 20 minutes until we need to leave, so we cuddle up together, and I can barely breathe. Then I read to you until you start to fall asleep. Now we're driving shaking in the air. A glance at the passenger side, your hand runs through my hair. Never easy to let go of the moments we share. It's nice to have someone on the passenger side. It's nice to have you. Standing, preparing my goodbye wave, and just like that, the arpeggio rings out again. Please make your way to the gate. Now we're driving on the drive back, and down, teary-eyed and through to my house that's filled with an absence of you. And I miss the way you move. It's nice to have someone on the passenger side. It's nice to have you.
Thanks. This one's the next two are from my band New Teeth, so then they're not like really all mine, but they're very good. So enjoy them.
Whatever made you think that my hand wasn't yours? The blood all corrupted your head and rushed to your thoughts. 'Cause you don't know me, no, you don't know me. That horse you ride has legs for days. Now I'm the one making my escape. 'Cause you don't know me, no, you don't know me. You don't know me, so don't you try to own me. No, you don't own me, so don't you try to own. I got my wife in bed, says I've been acting strange. He asks if I'm okay, it's an answer that I evade. 'Cause you don't know me, no, you don't know me. You don't know me, so don't you try to own me. No, you don't own me, so don't you try to own. Push me around and you'll find out. Push me around around and you'll find out. 'Cause you don't know me, so don't you try to own me. No, you don't owe me, so don't you try to owe. This one's called Jack and Nancy, and it's for Clara. Five vodka martinis into the night, Jack walks out of the bar and squints into the light. And 9 streets down, Nancy stumbles down the stairs. It hurts, but she won't allow herself to care. And the moon shines down, reflecting off of the rain. And they both know they're sick of playing the game. By chance, the two lovers make it to the same bar. With eye contact from across the room, they can feel it in their hearts. And Jack says, "You've been making far too much lemonade. The shoes you're wearing are much too small." She laughed and said, "Baby, what are you trying to say?" And he didn't know, but what a way to begin it all. Jack and Nancy. Nancy lets out a sigh as she yearns for someone more. Her monologuing headache just feels a bit too raw. Jack suggests that perhaps it's staring them in the face. Just the right people in just the right place. And he says, "You've been making far too much lemonade. The shoes you're wearing are much too small." She laughed and said, "Baby, what are you trying to say?" And he didn't know, but what a way to begin it all. Jack and Nancy. "You've been making far too much lemonade. The shoes you're wearing are much too small." She laughed and said, "Baby, what are you trying to say?" He didn't know, but what a way to begin it all. Jack and Nancy, what are you trying to say? And he didn't know, but what a way to begin it all. Jack and fucking Nancy. Thanks for having me.
Well, I think we can all feel that bit more well-travelled thanks to the fantastic Floyd Marsden, and you can hear more from Floyd on Spotify and all the usual places. If you like what we do here, bringing you the best unsigned music once a month, then please take a moment to like this stream and subscribe to our channel for all the latest basement news. Next month we'll have another excellent singer-songwriter, this time in the form of Vanessa Yankovikova, who'll be bringing her brand of indie pop music to the basement on May the 18th. Join us then for more amazing music, and keep well in the meantime. Bye bye.